Yeah. Shall I close it? You can write this one. Otherwise, you can write one only, and the second one you can leave it because you can write it on your own. Only two employee two is different. Only two you need to add instead of one. You need to add E2, E2, E2 like this. All are same. Shall I close it?
Okay, sir.
Okay, I'm closing. Yeah, this is the second example in our structures. Okay, so after that, the third example which is given in our syllabus copy. So I want to store these. Yes, yes. Within 10 minutes, it is going to close. So I want to store these details to three student details. So roll number is there, name is there, and gender is there, branch and attendance percentage is there. So three students are there, 501, 502, 503. Names are given, genders are given, and branches are given, and attendance percentage is given. This I want to store in the structure. So let us see another program. This is the program I have written. Okay. So struct student I'm defining as per our requirement. I want to store these details in the computer with the help of structure, and I want to retrieve these details and store and print onto the screen. Okay, so I'm defining a structure called student, and within that the members are roll number, name, gender, branch, and attendance percentage. So integer type roll number, and remaining three are character type arrays, and attendance percentage is floating point. So then there are three students are there. So for that I'm taking three structure variables s1, s2, s3. So after that I want to store the information that is given in our table. I want to store the first student information, so that I am using this dot operator. S1 dot roll number equal to 501, S1 dot name equal to John, as it is given here. So these details only I am copying into each member of the structure. So S1 dot gender equal to male, S1 dot branch equal to CSC, S1 dot attendance percentage equal to 77.3. So like that, I'm giving the S2 student 2 details as we are given in the table like this, and student 3 details given in this table in the last row. So all these details I'm giving here: student 2 details, student 3 details. After that, I'm printing the student 1 details like this: printf student 1 roll number percentage d s1 dot roll number, student 1 name percentage yes s1 dot name, student 1 gender percentage yes s1 dot gender, student branch s1 dot branch, student attendance percentage available s1 dot attper. So like this, all the variables, all these members of the structure variable s1 are going to be printed by using this data operator s1 dot rno, s1 dot name, s1 dot gender. So first student information is going to be printed, and like that I am printing the second student information and also third student information, right? So first I am giving the inputs here, and after that I am printing the whatever the data is stored in the form of student 1, student 2, student 3. Let me compile these. No errors. And here you can see Simhadri is coming now. 213. Just add this number 213. Yeah. See here. This is the output. This is the output. So whatever the data we have given 501 John male CSC 77.3. So that we got here as a first student 1 details. And also whatever we gave the student 2 details. So that we are printed here. Okay. Student 3 we are printed here. So by using this printf and by using this dot operator, right? You just note down this. Note down this program. There are only 6 minutes left. You just note down this program. Only 6 minutes left for this end of session. You can see this question in your syllabus copy. We have, sorry. Yeah, this question is present in your syllabus copy. You can see the lab syllabus copy is there. Na? That you can find this question. Print the store and print the student details, student data by using structures. So the following table is given. This table is given in that, and that you can see that question. So write this. 5 minutes left. Take this data. Take this data and you can write only the printf statement for first student, so that the remaining two students you can write on your own, because only the S1 S2 is changing. Take this data. So let's scroll down. Take up to this, right up to this printf for first student details, and leave some space for writing these printf statements for student 2 and student 3. After that you write this return 0. You can take up to this only, and the remaining these two things you can just write on your own, and after that you take the output of this program like this. So here you can get a doubt like this. Suppose we are defining three structure variables S1 and S2, S3. Why can't we take it as an array? Yes, we can take it as an array of size 3. So that is the next topic. Array of structures, right? Structure array or array of structure. That is the next topic. If instead of writing S1, S2, S3, you can directly write S of 3, so that when you are calling S1, the student one S0 dot S0 dot RN1 you can give like that. Same as array indexing, same indexing you can use for accessing the members of these structure elements. Is it over? Is it over?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, only 1 minute is left. So this is about storing the data, giving the data from the user and storing the data in the form of structures. Okay. So after that, we will move to the next topic called array of structures. Array of structures. So as we have seen in the earlier program, so we are defining here the structure variables like S1, S2, S3. S1 is of same type structure, and S2 also same type structure, and S3 also same type structure, student type. So instead of taking individual variables, you can directly write S3. That is, as an array you can take. As an array you can take like this. As an array, you can take like this. Suppose, for example, my structure is employee, which is having the members as ID and name and salary. Then I want to store two employee details. Then I can declare why we are taking employee one and employee two. Instead of that, we can take emp of two, so that it is an array of structure. Array of structures. That is, two structures are there within this array called emp. So emp 0 will be like this. That is, in that ID will be there, name will be there, and salary will be there. And emp of 1, that is the next array, next structure array. That is, it is also having the three members, ID, name, and salary. So this is a way I can declare array of structures. That array of structures, so that you can access those array of structures by using